All right, swimmers, let's clear the pool, please. Swimmers, if you would, please clear the competition pool. And a very good evening, everybody, and welcome to Day 3 Finals. Spectacular prelims here this morning, and very exciting finals lined up for you tonight. Don't forget, the meet is being live streamed on the YouTube Gene K. Freeman Aquatic Center channel. So encourage all of your friends and folks at home to tune in to watch the excitement tonight. Couple of quick reminders, no flash photography, of course, during the starting sequence. Please silence your cell phones. And of course, no glass containers anywhere in the building. Our officials tonight, referee is Bob Krunstad, starter Jennifer Martini, and working the deck are Kelly Robley, Rebecca Binder, Jim Henton, and Chuck Nelson. And ladies and gentlemen, a treat for you tonight. If you would please rise, if you are able, and regard the colors at the west end of the Aquatic Center as Gopher grad student Joey Tepper sings for us our national anthem. Thank you, Joey. Nice job. With pipes like that, who needs cowbell? We are ready for our first event, the women's 100-yard butterfly. C final. Swimming in lane 1. Kristen Hakonerdaughter of Harvard. In lane 2, Isabella Alas, Harvard. Lane 3, Dominika Trinkiewicz of UNLV. In lane 4, Blythe Wyklowek of Harvard. Lane 5, Kenzie Padilla, Harvard. Lane 6, Allie Bay of Denver. In lane 7, Vika Kostromina of Rutgers. And in lane 8, Blanca Barak of Rutgers. And Blythe 54.75. I'm sorry, 54.72 for Dominica. Nice time drop from this morning. And now here are the swimmers in the B final. Swimming in lane 1 from Minnesota, Rachel Conley. In lane number 2 for Rutgers, Ellie Shinsky. In lane 3 from Harvard, Mandy Brenner. In lane 4 from Minnesota, Ava Yablonsky. Lane 5 from Harvard, Sydney Liu. Lane 6 from California, Jordan Ash. Lane 7 from Rutgers, Cam Curriger. And in lane 8 from Minnesota, Faith Johnson. B final. The NCAA B cut in this event is a 53.34. We had a couple of 53.6s this morning. Keep an eye on Ava Yablonsky. But first to the wall with 53.30. And there's the B cut for Sydney Liu of Harvard. And now, please welcome to the blocks the swimmers in the A final. Swimming in lane 1 for California, McKenna Stone. In lane 2 for Cal, Mia Kraya. In lane 3 from Minnesota, Claire Reinke. In lane 4 from Cal, Lilu Resencourt. In lane 5 for California, Lizzie Cook. In lane 6 for Cal, Morgan Brophy. In lane 7 for Minnesota, Morgan Thomas. And in lane 8 from Cal, Ariel Brotman. A final. All 6 swimmers in the middle of the pool made their B cuts this morning. And McKenna and Ariel on the outside, not far away. .24 flat for Lilu, first at the 50. She was 24.4 this morning. And Lilu holds on, 51.81. Second for Claire Reinke of Minnesota. Nice swim for Claire. for Claire Reinke. That's a personal record. And bumps her up into the top 5 on Minnesota's all-time list. Our next event is the men's 100-yard butterfly. C final. In lane 1, Tatsuki Inoue of UNLV. In lane 2, Michael McGilvray of Cal. Lane 3, Ian Steffen of Minnesota. Lane 4, Connor Gloria, Minnesota. And lane 5, Brandon Chapman of Denver. Lane 6, Wikus Potgeider of UNLV. Lane 7, Nicolette Tadit of Denver. And lane 8, Danny Pinheiro of Denver. And a tight one, Brandon Chapman touches out Connor Gloria. Nice time drops from this morning. And now the swimmers in the B final, swimming in lane 1 for Minnesota, Tommy McCarthy. In lane 2 from Harvard, Oliver Pilkington. In lane 3 from Denver, Hamish McClellan. In lane 4 from Denver, Anthony Rincon. In lane 5 from UNLV, Emil Jose Perez Avilla. In lane 6 from Minnesota, Davide Harabagiu. In lane 7 from Harvard, Adriano Ariati. And in lane 8 from Minnesota, Matt McDonald. Davide Harabagiu hot at the 25. A little bit of a stretch to the wall at the 50. He and Oliver Pilkington, neck and neck. And Oliver, 46.99. Davide, 47.23. And now please welcome to the blocks the swimmers in the A final. Swimming in lane 1 from Cal, Frank Applebaum. In lane 2 from Harvard, Ayush Deshpande. In lane 3, Harvard sophomore David Schmidt. Swimming in lane 4 for the University of Minnesota, currently 11th in the country, Jacob Johnson. In lane 5 from Cal, Samuel Quarles. In lane 6 from Cal, August Vetch. Lane 7, senior from Minnesota, Kaiser Neverman. And in lane 8 from Harvard, Sonny Wang. A final. .966 for Jacob Johnston. He is out quick. He took down the Gopher school record in the 200 fly, so expect a good second 50. Very tight with Samuel Quarles at the 50. And Jacob with a great wall. At the flags, it's Jacob. At the wall, it's Jacob. 45-44. Second goes to Samuel Quarles. Third to David Schmidt of Harvard. Thank you, swimmers. We move now to the women's 400-yard individual medley. C final. Swimming in lane 2, Harvard senior Grace Yoon. In lane 3 from Denver, Kiki Lindsay. Lane 4 from Denver, Lily Zippel. Lane 5 from Denver, Devin Burnett. Lane 6 also from Denver, Genevieve Franklin. And lane 7 from Rutgers, Catherine Lang. Lily about 4 seconds ahead of her prelim time. She's going to be pretty close to her best time of the season for 26.8. And Lily now a full 5 seconds ahead of her prelim time. I think we're looking at a PR here, or at least a season PR. And there it is, a nice 4:22.59 for Lily. Best time this year with a great second half. And now the competitors in the B final. In lane 1, from Harvard, Peyton Foster. In lane 2, from Minnesota, Peyton Ross. In lane 3, from Denver, Sabrina Rakaiban. Lane 4, from Las Vegas, Grace Wharton. In lane 5, for Minnesota, Elliott Kennedy. In lane 6, from UNLV, Ava Olson. Lane 7, from Denver, Peyton Maloney. And lane 8 from Harvard, Gabby Augustine. B final. First at the 100, Ava Olson, 58.1. This morning in the prelims, Ava was out in a 58.4, so just a little tick ahead of where she was this morning. Peyton Ross of the Gophers in lane 2, cooking along a little better than she did this morning. Peyton was a 106 low for her backstroke split. Grace Wharton also a nice backstroke leg. And stroke for stroke between Peyton and Grace. And turning first, Peyton Ross. Peyton about 3 seconds ahead of her morning swim, and she'll have some motivation here coming home as she and Grace are neck and neck. Peyton will be looking at her on the way back. Dead even with 25 to go. And Grace with a nice last 50, 4:17.45. Peyton Ross, 4:18.49. Third goes to Ava Olson, followed by Elliott Kennedy, all under 4:20. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the blocks the swimmers in the A final, the women's 400-yard individual medley. Swimming in lane 1 for Denver, Mina Ada Soliker. In lane 2 for the University of Minnesota, Grace Drabot. In lane 3 from Harvard, Alexandra Bastone. In lane 4 from California, she was 8th in the 500 last night, Catherine Hazel. In lane 5, grad student from Rutgers, she was 5th in the 200 IM, Molly Urquille. In lane 6, second in the 500 last night from Minnesota, Katie McCarthy. In lane 7, sophomore from Harvard, Stephanie Biancani. And lane 8 from Rutgers, Shannon Medway. A final. Batch of 57s among our leaders. The whole field seems to be about the same pace as they were this morning. Wasn't like there was a lot of strategic swimming. People were working hard to get in the finals. Lane 6, Katie McCarthy looking good. Katie has the seventh fastest 400 IM in Gopher School history. And at 2:01, she is a little bit faster than she was this morning. Katie was just under 116 in the breaststroke. Catherine Hazel had a nice breaststroke leg this morning, 111.7. Both Catherine in 4, Katie in 6 have outstanding breaststroke legs. Grace Draybot, Gopher breaststroker, in lane 2 is showing off her breaststroke. She has moved up. And Catherine in control, but a terrific race here for second. Katie pulling up. Katie was 57.5 this morning on the end. Catherine was 58.9, 58.8 rather. And a terrific swim. Katie McCarthy within a second of her lifetime best. And a 4:11.6 for Catherine Hazel. And now we move on to the men's 400-yard individual medley. C final. Swimming in lane 1 for Denver is Connor Hughes. Lane 2 for UNLV, Ian Bellflower. Lane 3 for Minnesota, Jaden Heinlein. In lane 4 for Harvard, Jonathan Novinsky. In lane 5 for Denver, Sam Baker. In lane 6 for Minnesota, Jack Ballard. And in lane 7 from Minnesota, Owen Von Wee. And Ian Bellflower in lane 2, a very salty 51-58 on his way out. Coaches, your attention please. Coaches, last call for Saturday prelim scratches. Coaches, last call for scratches for Saturday's prelims. Thank you. Bellflower still leading. He's about 2 seconds ahead of his prelim time. Ian's breaststroke was a 108 low this morning. And Ian with a nice lead. Ian was about 59 flat coming back this morning. And he may have enough of a lead to hold off Jonathan Nowitzki. And even 354.5. Nowitzki 356 and Jack Ballard 358. And now let's meet the swimmers in the B final. Swimming in lane 1 from Denver, Noah Laird. In lane 2 from Harvard, Richard Poplawski. Lane 3 from Harvard, Eric Lee. In lane 4 for Minnesota, Joe Poyak. In lane 5 from Harvard, Dylan Ree. Lane 6 from Denver, Marco Nosak. Lane 7 from Minnesota, Ryan Slonak. And lane 8 from Denver, Ian O'Neill. B final. Harvard's Eric Lee getting after it through the backstroke now. And Lee coming back to the field a little bit in the breaststroke. Eric Anker, the prelim swim with 55.5. Real challenge for Richard Podlowski, his Harvard teammate. Joe Poyak coming on, but it's going to be Podlowski followed by Lee with Joe Poyak at 3:51.99. And now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the blocks, the swimmers in the A final. Swimming in lane 1, from Denver, Nico Morton. In lane 2, from UNLV, Colby Raffo. In lane 3, from Cal, Carter Lancaster. In lane 4 is our top qualifier from Cal, Humberto Nayeta. In lane number 5, from Minnesota, he was 4th in the 500 last night, Joey Tepper. In lane 6, from Cal, Tyler Kopp. In lane 7, from Minnesota, Alberto Hernandez Garcia. And in lane 8, from UNLV, Kyle Adamson. A final. Tyler Kopp touches first at the 100, but not by much. Four swimmers all within about 4/10 or less of Tyler at the 100. Nice first 50 back here by Humberto. Humberto split a mid 55 this morning. And he is now a high 54. And Humberto, a nice breaststroke leg. Top 20 in the country right now is a high 342. And Humberto looks like he can better that if he gets it home. And there it is, a 341.25. That is a very strong B cut. Only a little bit away from the A cut of 338.3. Second goes to Tyler Kopp with a nice 346. Carter Lancaster of Cal in third. That's also a B cut. And now our next event is the women's 200-yard freestyle. C final. Swimming in lane 1, Brooke Thompson of Rutgers. Lane 2, Kristen Hakonardardar, Harvard. In lane 3, Jade Smits of Rutgers. Lane 4, Maya Geringer of Cal. Lane 5, Kenzie Padilla of Harvard. Lane 6, Tanea Winter, Denver. Lane 7, Pilar Cohen of UNLV. And lane 8, Daniela Alfaro Saldana of Denver. Maya Geriger's got it going. She's about 3 seconds ahead of her prelim swim, 2.5. And Maya 147.86. And now let's meet the competitors in the B final. In lane number 1, Bridget Sullivan of UNLV. In lane 2, Callie Matuzels of Denver. Lane 3, Mia West of Cal. In lane 4, Hannah Cornish of Minnesota. Lane 5, Molly Hamlin of Harvard. Lane 6, Jade Rogier, Minnesota. Lane 7, Kaylee McDonald of Harvard. And in lane 8, Izzy Burton of Denver. B final. Our top qualifier by a 10th, lane 4, Hannah Cornish of the Gophers. Hannah had tremendous early speed this morning and paid for it in the back half. A much more controlled first 50 for Hannah. Well, 0.6 of a second more relaxed than she was this morning. Mia West of Cal moving out here. Mia was 52.8 at the 100. She's a second faster than that. And Mia pulling away. 147.08 for Mia. Second goes to Molly Hamlin of Harvard. And now, ladies and gentlemen, if you would, please welcome to the blocks the swimmers in the A final of the 200-yard freestyle. Coming in lane 1 from Harvard, Alexandra Baston. In lane 2 from the University of Minnesota, Anya Kalievic. In lane 3, her good friend Mina Kalievic. In lane 4 from Cal, she had an A cut in the 200 IM last night, Leah Polonsky. Lane 5 from Cal with a B cut in the prelims, Ava Chavez. Lane 6 from UNLV, Erica Carlson. Lane 7 from Denver, Inez Marin Alessandre. And in lane 8 from Minnesota, Livy Werner. A final. Both of the Koljevic twins have been 146s. Leah Polanski qualified with a 146.08. And Anya first at the 151.3. And nice little dual meet here in the middle of the pool with the Gophers and Cal. .25 to go. And Leah and Anna with just a little more legs and a pair of 145s. Mina Koljevic in at 146.5. 147.2 for Anya. And now we move on to the men's 200-yard freestyle. C final. Swimming in lane 1 from Denver, Tommy Hancock. Lane 2 is Tyler Hansen of Minnesota. Lane 3, Felipe Bafico of Harvard. In lane 4, for Minnesota, Jaden Edmondson. Lane 5, from Denver, Dylan Meese. Lane 6, from Minnesota, Luke Brennan. In lane 7, for Minnesota, Lavros Serenovic. And lane 8, from Denver, Joe Hancock. Nice little duel here between Felipe Bafico in lane 3 and Tyler Hansen of the Gophers. Jaden Edmondson now decided he's in the mix, as is Luke Brennan of the Gophers. At the flags, it's a dead heat. Best touch goes to Felipe Bafico by 15 100ths of a second over Jaden Edmondson. Luke Brennan of the Gophers is third. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the swimmers in the B final. Swimming in lane 1 is Cooper Keel of UNLV. Lane 2, Matthew Chai of California. Lane 3, Harris Durham of Harvard. Lane 4, Ambros Barsak of UNLV. Lane 5, Ben Littlejohn of Harvard. Lane 6, Tristan Dalby of Harvard. Lane 7, Shane Washert of Harvard. And lane 8, Anders Eisters of Harvard. B final. One second and 1/10 separate all 8 of these men in their qualifying times. That always sets us up for some excitement in the final. And a 50 to go. Ben Littlejohn of Harvard looking pretty good. And Ben holds off a challenge from his teammate Shane in lane 8. 136.42. Thank you, swimmers. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the blocks the swimmers in the 200 freestyle A final. Swimming in lane 1 from Harvard, David Greeley. In lane 2, Nicholas Antonio of Cal. Lane 3, his Cal teammate Trent Frenzen. In lane 4 is our top qualifier with a B cut from Cal, Nance Mazelier. In lane 5, also with a B cut from Cal, Cathexton McMullen. In lane number 6, from Cal, the 500-yard freestyle champion last night, Gabriel Jett. In lane 7 from Cal, second in the 500 to Gabriel from Cal, Keaton Jones. And in lane 8 from Minnesota, the 200 freestyle school record holder for the Gophers and Olympian Bar Solovicek. A final. 21-3 at the 50 for Dunce. And right with him, Gabriel Jett. .44 at the 100. David Greeley of Harvard in lane 1 making a run here. Gabriel Jett on track here for about a 132 mid, maybe. And there it is, a 131.13 for Gabriel. That is the 13th fastest time in the country right now. Congratulations, Gabriel. Now we move on to the women's 100-yard breaststroke. C final. In lane 2 is Grace Yoon of Harvard. Lane 3, Holland Spangler, Rutgers. Lane 4, Kira Mullins, Minnesota. Lane 5, Melanie Julia of Cal. Lane 6 rather, Ava Yurkiewicz of Rutgers. And lane 7, Allie Allen of Rutgers. And lane 4, Kira Mullins of Minnesota keeping her stroke rate up. And she's in at 104.19.
Nice job, Mel.
Couple tenths faster than this morning. And now the swimmers in the B final. In lane 1, Peyton Maloney of Denver. In lane 2, Stephanie Iannicani of Harvard. Lane 3, Sophia Bartoloni of Rutgers. Lane 4, from Minnesota, Ava Goodnow. In lane 5, from Minnesota, Ava Gustafson. Swimming in lane 6, Gabby Augustine of Harvard. Lane 7, Sophia Remington of Denver. And in lane 8, Zoe Lynch of Denver. B final. And it's the Ava twins in the middle of the pool with 29 flats. And Ava Gustafson pulling away in the second 50, and a 101.71 for Ava. Nice time drop for Ava Gustafson. And now, ladies and gentlemen, if you would please, welcome to the blocks the swimmers in the 100-yard breaststroke A final. Swimming in lane 1 from Cal, first-year swimmer Ariel Brotman. In lane 2, grad student from UNLV, Heather Gardner. In lane number 3, Cal Junior Abigail Herskew. In lane number 4, another grad student from Cal, second in the 200 IM last night, Margot McDonald. In lane 5 is her teammate, the senior from Cal, Alicia Henry. In lane 6, from Rutgers, grad student Molly Urquille. Lane 7, senior from Harvard, Alexandra Denisenko. And in lane 8, from Denver, Jessica Maeda. A final. All three Cal swimmers had B cuts in the prelim this morning. And another 59 for Margot. Coaches, 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 this is the last call for tonight's time trials. Coaches, if you have swimmers that want a time trial tonight, this is your last call. And with that, we turn to the men, 100-yard breaststroke. C final. In lane 2 is Sam Baker of Denver. Lane 3, Luke McCullowick of Minnesota. Lane 3 or 4 rather, Drew Kalin of Minnesota. Lane 5, Nate Thomason, UNLV. And lane 6, Joseph Purdy of Denver. And UNLV's Nate Thomason pops a nice 55.23. And now let's meet the competitors in the B final. Swimming in lane 1 from Harvard, Quinn Herron. In lane 2 from Harvard, Zach Bartell. In lane 3 from Minnesota, Max Schreier. In lane 4 from Minnesota, Joe Poyak. Lane 5 from Harvard, Joshua Chen. Lane 6 from Harvard, Dylan Ree. In lane 7 from Minnesota, Josh Johnston. And lane 8 from UNLV, Yamato Lucero. B final. Josh Johnston and Joe Poyak of the Gophers. Fast at the 50. And even a little bit faster, Zach Bartell of Harvard. Sneaky fast in lane 2. And Joshua Chen gets his fingers in. Second to Joe Poyak of the Gophers. 54.6s. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the blocks the swimmers in the 100-yard breaststroke A final. Swimming in lane 1 for Minnesota, Joe Rudd. In lane 2 for California, Jacob Soderlund. In lane number 3 from UNLV, Daniel Nikusan. In lane 4 is our top qualifier from Cal, Yamato Akadome. In lane 5 from Cal, Hank Rivers. Lane 6 also from Cal, Luca Gissendoner. Lane 7 from UNLV, Danny Beji. And in lane 8 from Cal, Zachary Tan. A final. Every swimmer in this heat achieved the B time in the prelims. The A cut is a 51.02. And we'll see who saved a little gas in the tank after prelims. Yamato out in 24 flat. He was 24.6 this morning. So Yamato with a shot. 38.3 this morning, 37.5 tonight. He's got to pick up some tenths on this last 25. And a 50.87. And that is the A cut. Congratulations, Yamato Okadome. 51.63 for Hank Rivers. At 50.87, the third fastest time in the country right now in Division One. Congratulations, Yamato. And now we move on to the women's 100-yard backstroke. C final. In lane one, Elise Jacobs of Minnesota. Lane two, Paige Maureen of Minnesota. Lane three, Darian Kohler of Denver. Lane four, Mira Keller, Minnesota. Lane five, Natalie Schick of Rutgers. Lane six, Haley Chesno of Denver. Lane seven, Blythe Wyklowek of Harvard. And in lane eight, Brigitte Neverman of Minnesota. And a 55.14. Chopped a few tenths off for Mira. And a C final win. Now the backstrokers in the B final. Lane one is Allie Bay of Denver. Lane two, Cami Perriott of Minnesota. Lane three, Molly Hamlin of Harvard. Lane four, Finley Anderson of Cal. Lane five, Jessica Davis of Cal. Lane six, Helena Monrichard of UNLV. Lane seven, Daniela Cogswell of California. And in lane eight, Indy Jungmann of Minnesota. B final. At the 50, Finley and Jessica, Cal teammates. High 20s, 5s. They were both low 54s in the 100 qualifying today. And a tremendous underwater by Finley Anderson. And she's a 52.93. A nice swim for Finley, and that is a B cut. Congratulations, Finley. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the blocks the swimmers in the 100-yard backstroke A final. Swimming in lane one from Harvard, junior Anna Mostek. In lane two, first year from Cal, Adriana Smith. In lane 3, a junior from Minnesota, Ava Yablonsky. In lane 4, first year from Cal, already a win under her belt this meet already, Mary Ambre Mola with an A cut this morning. In lane 5, grad student from Cal, from the U.S. national team, Isabel Staden. In lane 6, first year from UNLV, Dominika Trinkiewicz. In lane 7, the senior from Minnesota, Captain Paula Rodriguez Rivero. And in lane 8 is her Minnesota teammate, Faith Johnson. We had the prelims this morning. Mary Umbra threw down a 50.34. That's the 5th fastest time in the country right now. And that was an A cut. The pool record is a crazy fast 49.16 set by Reagan Smith about 3 years ago when she was swimming for Riptide Club in Minnesota. And we'll see how fast Mary Umbra and Isabel can go here in this wicked fast pool. Isabel big underwater. 49.68 and 50.41. An A cut for Isabel. And a milestone swim for Mary Umbra. Congratulations, ladies. Third goes to Ava Yablonsky of the Gophers. Ava having a terrific meet with 52.45. .52.45, the 4th fastest time in Gopher history. And now on to the men's 100 backstroke. C final. Swimming in lane 1, Matt McDonald of Minnesota. Lane 2, Tommy McCarthy, Minnesota. Lane 3 from Harvard, Ayush Deshpande. Lane 4, Ian Steffen, Minnesota. Lane 5, Dylan Wright of Denver. Lane 6, Evan Crowley of Harvard. And lane 7, Quinn Collins of Denver. And lane 8, Liam Simmons of Denver. And Evan Crowley, 47.75. And now the competitors in the B final. Swimming in lane 1 is Oliver Pilkington of Harvard. Lane 2, Wikus Potgeider of UNLV. In lane 3, David Schmidt of Harvard. Lane 4, Casey Stowe of Minnesota. Lane 5, Edward Huang of Cal. Lane 6, Tatsuki Inoue of UNLV. Lane 7, Adriano Ariati of Harvard. And lane 8, Mara Gottner of Harvard. B final. And a real tight top group here. Wikus Potgeider of UNLV. First to the wall at the 50 by a few tenths. And Edward Huang, great last 50, 47.08. And that is a B cut for Edward. Congratulations. Swimmers, be aware that during the break we will have 4 heats of time trials. And now, ladies and gentlemen, if you would please, welcome to the blocks the competitors in the men's 100 backstroke A final. Swimming in lane 1 from Cal, Ziad Salim. In lane 2 from Cal, Tommy Roeder. In lane 3 from Cal, Evan Petty. In lane 4 from Cal, I am national champion, Destin Lasco. In lane 5 from Cal, Kai Cruz. Lane 6 from Harvard, senior Anthony Rincon. In lane 7 from Cal, Luca Battaglini. And in lane 8 from Cal, Bjorn Seeliger. A final. And it looked this morning as if Destin Lasco had a pretty controlled swim, going 45.99. The A cut, 44.48. But hot at the 50, over in 7 and 8, Luca and Bjorn. Pair of 21.5s. And with a nice underwater and a great last 25, Destin with a 45.23. Evan Petty of Cal, 45.6. And Luca third, 46 flat. Okay, so here's our time table timeline for the rest of the meet. Time trials at 7:50, and then the freak relay at the medley relay at 7:55. So 4 heats of time trials that will run at 7:50, and then we'll pick up with the medley relay at 7:55. Next up is our series of 4 time trials. First in the water, a heat of women's 50 freestyle. In lane 4, Sydney Griscavage of Cal. Lane 5, her teammate Femke Hoppenbrauer. Heat 1. The B cut in this event, 22:58. The A cut is a very scary 21:58. And 22:64 and 7-1. So very close to that B cut. Next up is a men's 50 freestyle. Swimming in lane 4 is Colby Hatton of Cal. He won. The men's B cut is a 19.69. And there's a 1988. And now a 100-yard backstroke. Swimming in lane 4 for Cal, Maggie Petty. The NCAA B cut in this event, 53-53. .27 flat. .28.5 gets it. That's about a perfect balloon, the 1.5 from first to second. Come on, Maggie, get this. And a 56.5. And our final time trial of this session is a 200-yard freestyle. Swimming in lane 4 for Rutgers, Ella Hall. And Ella's going out like there's no second 100. The B cut, 146.8. Ella went 153.3 this morning in the prelims, and she is just a shade faster right now than she was this morning at the 100. And a rugged second 100. A high 58. We'll see how she comes back tonight. A little faster than she was this morning. Her best time of the year, 152.88. We might just see that. And there it is, the best time of the year for Ella, 152.37. And we are ready now for the women's 400-yard medley relay. This is time final. Heat 1, time final. In lane 1 is Cal D, the team of Smith, Brotman, Chavez, and Mazurek. In lane 2, Cal C, team of Anderson, Herskew, Cook, and Stone. In lane 3, Denver C, team of Kohler, Lynch, Molden, and Lucician. Lane 4, Minnesota C, the team of Johnson, Drebot, Mina Kaljevic, and Anya Kaljevic. Lane 5, Harvard C, team of Viacaba, Augustine, Alas, and Foster. Lane 6, Rutgers C, team of Lang, Yurkowitz, Kostramina, and Ruffner. And lane 7 is Minnesota D, team of Perriott, Mullen, Conley, and Maureen. Lizzie Cook in the water now for Cal. Cal's D team, flyer is Ava Chavez. They're in lane 1. And giving chase, Minnesota C, swim and fly, Mina Kaljevic. McKenna Stone anchoring for Cal C in lane 2. Cal D anchor is Ella Mazurek. Following along in third is Minnesota C in lane 4. That's Anya Kalievic. And a 3:33.17 for the Cal C team. Heat 2, time final. This heat is the B teams for the school. In lane 1 is California B, the team of McDonald, Henry, Brophy, and West. In lane 3, Harvard, the team of Hamlin, Ionakani, Akandar daughter, and McDonald. Lane 4, Minnesota, team of Rodriguez Rivero, Goodnow, Thomas, and Cornish. Lane 5, Denver, team of Chesno, Maloney, O'Neill, and Burton. And in lane 6, Rutgers, team of Hagemaster, Spangler, Curriger, and Thompson. Margot McDonald for Cal to the wall first. And next in, a nice leg for Paula Rodriguez Rivero, 54.17 for Paula. Alicia Henry swimming breaststroke for Cal. For Minnesota running second, that's Ava Goodnow. Harvard, Stephanie Yanakani hands it off to Kristen daughter. Lane 4, Minnesota's butterflyer is Morgan Thomas. And lane 2, the Cal butterflyer, Morgan Brophy. Cal will anchor with Mia West. And the Gophers anchor with Hannah Cornish. And Cal B, 235, 49 flat, 49.9 for Hannah. And now let's meet the swimmers in the final and top seeded heat of the medley. In lane 2 is Rutgers, the team of Schick, Bartoloni, Shinsky, and Urquille. Lane 3, Denver, the team of Bay, Maeda, Alessandre, and Matuzels. Lane 4, Minnesota, the team of Yablonsky, Gustafson, Reinke, and Wenner. Lane 5, Las Vegas, the team of Montrichard, Gardner, Trinkiewicz, and Sullivan. In lane 6, Harvard, the team of Mostek, Denisenko, Liu, and Brenner. And in lane 7, California, the team of Stadden, Polanski, Resencourt, and Molla. Heat 3, time final. Going to keep an eye on Cal in lane 7. Their A medley is loaded. The pool record 327.51. The A cut 330.89. And Isabel in 26.75. Nice 53.49 for Ava Yablonsky of the Gophers. Cal leading with Leah Polanski, but Ava Gustafson with a nice one. 28.4 on the way out. Lilu Resencourt in the water flying now for California. The Gopher flyer is Claire Reinke. Dominika Trinkiewicz in lane 5 for Las Vegas. Sydney Liu in lane 6 for Harvard, both giving chase. And a 51-9 split for Lilu Russencourt. Per Weinke with a nice swim for the Gophers. Livy Warner in the water for the Gophers. And Cal anchoring with Mariambre Mola. I don't think we're going to see a pool record, but we will very likely see an A cut. And there's a 329.60, and that is an A cut for the Golden Bears. The Gophers in at 336.70. Third to Harvard at 339. Our next event is the men's 400 medley relay. Heat 1 time final. In lane 2 is Harvard D. The team of Lee, Heron, Irabul, and Durham. Lane 3, Cal C. Team of Cruz, Gissendanner, Applebaum, and Antonio. Lane 4, Minnesota C. Team of Leonidas, Schreier, Roya, and Abdelwahab. Lane 5, Denver C. Team of Simmons, Ford, Pinheiro, and Meese. Lane 6 is Harvard C. Team of Crowley, Bartel, Ariati, and Gatnar. Lane 7 is California D. Team of Roeder, Soderlund, Radaglini, and Frenzen. Diving into lane 3 for Cal C, Frank Applebaum. For the Cal D team, Luca Battaglini. Anchoring for Cal in lane 3, Nicholas Antoniou. And in lane 7, Trent Franzen. Harvard C, Mari Gatnar. Currently running in third. And then very close between Minnesota and Harvard D. And Cal C at 3:08.49. We have a disqualification in lane 6. Harvard. Heat 2 time final. Swimming in lane 2 is Harvard. Team of Pilkington, Ree, Poplawski, and Wang. Lane 3, Denver, the team of Collins, Morton, Chapman, and Milburn. In lane 4, Las Vegas, team of Inoue, Breitbart, Bellflower, and Barsek. Lane 5, Minnesota, team of Slonik, Poyak, Harabajiu, and Siderovic. Lane 6 is Cal B, the team of Petty, Rivers, Vetch, and Mazalier. (46-2) for Evan Petty of Cal. Joe Poyak pulling up for the Gophers. And August Vetch in the water now for the Cal Bears. Running second is UNLV, Ian Bellflower. Then it's the Gophers in lane 5, Davide Harabajiu. Anchoring now for Cal, Nance Mazelier. Las Vegas, Ambros Barsek, and Lovro Siderovic for the Gophers. Your top three. And Cal B at 3:05.57. And UNLV hangs on for second, 3:12, 3:13.1 for the Gophers. And now let's meet the top seeded 5 teams in the medley. In lane 2, the team of Jet, Okadome, Quarles, and Seeliger from Cal. In lane 3, the team of Wright, Nosek, McClellan, and Tyrone from Denver. In lane 4, the team of Patgader, Beji, Perez Avila, and Dikusan from UNLV. In lane 5, the team of Stowe, Rudd, Johnson, and Neverman from Minnesota. And in lane 6, the team of Rincon, Chen, Schmidt, and Greeley from Harvard. Heat 3, time final. The pool record was set at the NCAA Championships 2 years ago by Florida. 2:58.32. .44.54 for Gabriel Jett. Three-team race for second right now. UNLV, Gophers, and Harvard. Danny Beji for UNLV and Joe Rudd for St. Thomas. Fast at the 50. Yamato Okadome, who had an A cut in the breaststroke earlier. He hands off to Samuel Quarles, and a dead heat for second between Las Vegas and Minnesota. Jacob Johnston, your 100-fly champion, swimming fly for the Gophers. Emil Jose Perez Avila for UNLV. And Joseph Johnson is just taking off. Cal will anchor with Swedish Olympian Bjorn Seeliger.
Hey, nice swim, Gabe!
And the Gophers a strong second. And Cal 3:03.17, and that is an A cut for the Cal medley. Gophers 3:08.03. Solid mid-season time for the Gophers. And that concludes our competition for tonight. And ladies and gentlemen, we will welcome you back here at the Aquatic Center for prelims of day 4 for the Minnesota Invite. Congratulations to our swimmers who made their cuts and set PRs and had a great batch of swims here tonight. We wish you very safe travels to wherever you may be resting tonight, and we'll look forward to seeing you back here for prelims at 10 a.m. tomorrow. Thanks everybody for joining us, and have a very